Hey, my name's Sam Collier, and we are in the final week of this incredible series called The Great Adventure. Well, we believe that the greatest adventure you could ever go on is an adventure with God. And as I said to you in the previous weeks, I get to interview some of my favorite friends on this show and in this series. Leslie Mack, how you doing?
I'm good, Sam. How are you?
Now, I'm great. Now, you guys might remember Leslie from week 1 when she kind of had her Tori Kelly moment, right?
Yep, I love Tori.
You wrote a song about prayer. Leslie, as we unpack this idea of the great adventure, we said week 1 that we've got to be disciplined, but disciplined in the area of prayer. And then week 2, we said we had to be disciplined in the area of community, hashtag join a crew. This week, we want you to be disciplined. We want them to be disciplined. We want us all to be disciplined in this area of passion.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be passionate? Have you ever been passionate about something at one time, and then over time you looked up and you said, I'm not passionate about that anymore?
For sure. I feel like my life is kind of this whole series of things that I was passionate about for 2 weeks at a time, 3 weeks at a time, maybe a year at a time, all these different things. I wanted to start a clothing line, I wanted to write a book, all these things.
Right.
But maybe one thing that really stands out when I was really young, I swore that I was gonna be the first girl in the NBA. For sure, and if you know anything about me now, you'd be like, oh.
Right, now was that before the WNBA?
I wanted to be in the NBA. I just wanted to play hard, like with everybody.
Right, I'm with the guy.
Let's do this. Yeah, it didn't work out.
And so what happened?
Well, so I started out pretty strong. Like every night I would like grab my dad's basketball, tell him to move the cars out of the driveway. I was gonna be out there all night trying to do layups and learn all these skills and things. And I think over time I realized that for me, it was more of a commitment to just the montage scene of the movie with the music swelling and the girls getting better and better, and then at the end she's like the champion, the star. But for me, like, it was gonna take a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of commitment to just the whole process.
Wow.
I wasn't there yet.
So like the passion kind of drifted away with the difficulty potentially of the moment. As we talk about passion for this week, we want to introduce a new idea to our students and to the world today in this series called apathy. And apathy for us just means not that we hate something or love something and then stop loving it, but that we just kind of over time drifted away from it. We believe that there are people, that there are students, that there are friends of ours that drift away from God. It's not that they don't love Him or that they hate Him. They just kind of over time, just drift. Like,
Definitely.
Would you say that?
Definitely. I think when you think of this idea of adventure, you kind of have these two concepts. For me personally, right? So the word venture is like this onwardness, this forwardness, right? And the word ad kind of comes to the word to, like if you look it up. So to the onwardness, to this like endless cycle of moving forward, and I think that's where you find the adventure. I think where you find apathy in that is if you're not moving towards the onwardness, the continuity, it's kind of like, oh, I've reached a point and now I'm just kind of like here, drifting slowly. So,
I mean, you just snapped on us just now, right? I mean, we believe again that we can overcome apathy with passion. You were in week 1 in the barbershop with us. We're gonna go back to the barbershop right now with our friends as they kind of help us understand how to overcome apathy and how to remain passionate as we unlock the door to this God adventure. We'll be back.
Thank you for picking that up. You're the real MVP, okay? I try. Listen, okay, so we've been talking about this great adventure thing. Like, that's been our convo, and I've been thinking about it so much, and I've been trying to process it. I just want to do a quick recap, okay? Because I want my life to be a great adventure. So we've got things that we have to stay disciplined in. We've got prayer, we've got community. I gotta give my girl some props, okay? Because when you were doing that poem about community, like, I don't know, there was just something about it that like, it just felt like you were on fire. Like, really? I don't even know what it was.
Tony,
What?
I agree with you. I felt it like right here. I felt and
inside.
And she deep inside. And she does it with so much passion.
That's what it is.
It was so incredibly passionate, and I felt it right here
all up in your tiger.
All up in the tiger. in the depths of the tiger, I felt.
No, but seriously, no, it's definitely passion. Like that, I think could definitely be like the third thing that we've been processing. That we can continue to process. Because when I meet people that have passion, like they're the ones that's on the great adventure. They're the ones that's being, strong in their faith. They're the ones that's being disciplined. They're going further, faster, all that good stuff. They just got so much passion and they stay to it. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's so important. Like passion is really important. That I've come to find that in this journey of faith. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure all of us have just had struggles that attacked our passion and days where we were like, I don't really even want to do this.
Well, as a performer, you gotta have passion.
I have to.
No one's
it would get real awkward real fast.
Yeah. Hey guys, put your hands in the air.
That would be crazy, right?
Yeah, because no one's listening.
That's your thing.
It's so
yeah.
important. It's so important.
It's important.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is passion is so important on this walk and on this journey of faith.
Yeah.
That's good.
I remember when it was hard to believe. I know what it feels like to struggle to walk by faith because of what you see. Pardon me, but I remember questions flowing out of this heart in me and me telling God, look, we've got to speak. I know you said all is well. Well, I'm trying to figure out how could this be, because I'm going through hell right now, trying to keep myself together so no one could tell right now. I took my eyes off the lashes, threw on a mask just to mask errors. I said I took my eyes off the lashes, threw on a mask just to mask errors. Massive error, because when I keep my eyes on you, you keep me in perfect peace. Now I realize my eyes on you keeps my feet above the waters of the raging seas. I was falling and falling deep, though not flawless. You kept on calling me. Now I see you gave me all of you just so I could give you all of me. Your love attacks my disbelief. You give me beauty for ashes. You call me a masterpiece and give me the master's piece. The most beautiful image of love was painted with the blood of the master's seed. Jesus ascended from the grave with the master key and actually fulfilled the master's dream. Sticks and stones will break bones, but death, tell me where's your sting? Cause the grave is empty. Do you hear me? I said the grave is empty. And if he is alive, then hope is alive. Let every heart be revived. The resurrected king is resurrected me. Let heaven and earth forever sing. I believe because I've been through the pain and the darkness. He helped me find my way when I had lost it. I didn't believe at first, and that's just me being honest. Now I'm just moving straight out of my faith. He's stacking and packing my plate. We stay on a mission and constantly getting it. You know we under his grace. Why do you love me, Lord? I never know. All I know is I will never let go. Cause through all the good times and the bad times, through all the highs and the lows, you never abandoned me, only took care of me. This is no fairy tale, merrily, merrily. This is the happily everly after. You took my pain and traded with laughter. You gave me purpose, you gave me passion. From your love, nothing could ever detach me.
Paul wrote to the believers in Ephesus and in Ephesians chapter 1, verse 15 through 16, and he says this: ever since I first heard of your strong faith in the Lord Jesus and your love for God's people everywhere, I have not stopped thanking God for you. I pray for you constantly. He's saying, people of Ephesus, you guys have impressive faith. You have passion. You are getting it done. Nothing is standing in your way. Then 30 years later, he wrote to the same people in Revelation chapter 2, verse 4 through 5. He told them some good things, but then he said this: but I have this complaint against you. You don't love me or each other as you did at first. Look at how far you've fallen. You've lost that loving feeling. Not that they hated him, they just didn't care. See, it's a slow fade and it can happen to anyone. We all go through that with our faith. Overcoming apathy, that thing where you just don't care, is a part of every Christian story. It's a part of every adventure of every kind. I mean, think about the people that play on the teams at your school. You know, they're there in the afternoon practicing in the cold where they thought about giving up because they weren't sure if they still cared or cared that much. I mean, but what if they would have quit because they didn't care? They would have missed all the championships. What if we give up on our faith? What if you give up on your faith? What will you miss? This is really important because apathy destroys opportunity. You give up on your faith, and you and even your friends and your family will miss out on the great adventure. Our passion for God is what drives us to find a way to encourage that friend, overcome that burden, fight through that temptation, climb that mountain, say no to that drink, turn away from gossip. Passion for God pushes you past your problems and leads you to all kinds of opportunities. Passion pushes past problems. But apathy allows excuses. Passion finds a way, apathy quits. You will lose opportunity when you lose your passion for God. So, how do you stay passionate? How do you care when you just don't? Well, what do we do when we don't care? Fortunately, we're not the first ones to wrestle with this. We have a great model in a guy named David. David was a king a long time ago, a guy who had a passion for God, but messed up pretty badly and apparently lost his passion for God. Well, maybe that's you. Maybe you've done something that has caused you to lose your passion for God, and you think you can't or don't deserve to get it back. Maybe you've never really cared. Maybe you used to. Well, check out David in Psalm 51. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and grant me a willing spirit to sustain me. David is begging God to help him care again. Give me back the joy, God. Give me a spirit that is willing. I've been dead inside for so long, and so he does the only thing that he can do. He asks for help, and he gets it. And we all need help. I mean, we all need to make it a regular practice of asking God to keep us willing. On this adventure, you gotta pray. You are going to need a crew with you, and there will be times when you just don't care. And in those times, do what David did. Pray and ask for the passion to push past problems. Ask God to make you willing, and he will. And when he does, and you rise up out of that place where you just don't care, you will be able to move forward on the greatest adventure you could ever imagine.
Okay, so next.
Yes.
You know I loved everything about that last moment,
Yes.
right? Because,
Yes.
and it wasn't just because the content was good, because that was my wife. Okay.
She's incredible.
Shout out to that girl, she's fine. Okay, y'all can't say that. Listen, what was one of your favorite, parts of what Tony said?
I think I really enjoyed the part where she was talking about how David prayed and asked for the passion to push past the apathy. Like, wow, mind blowing.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I mean, it's awesome, because we all go through life and we're in moments where sometimes obstacles are in front of us, even doubt, right? Some students doubt. I mean, we've all been in a season of doubt, or trying to figure out, God, where are you at in all of this? Do you hear me? Are you there? And I think what she's saying is, passion gives us the ability to push past all of those problems and that apathy. It's kind of like we're in this culminating moment right now of this entire series, because in the beginning, we talked about prayer as a discipline. Right, and it's not a chore, it's a challenge that leads you to this great place. And then we said after you get that prayer thing down, you got to get with some other like-minded people that can be for you and that can help you continuously go down the right way. And then finally, we're kind of saying, hey, here's the deal. As you unlock this great adventure, there are going to be moments, even with your friends, where you may doubt or where you may drift. And in that moment with your friends, all of you guys have to gather around and pray for the passion to push past every obstacle so you can stay on that adventure. What I love about Glow, as we close out, is that he's probably one of the most passionate people I know.
True, very true.
He's given us a music video, a song he's written specifically for this topic, and in it he's wrestling and he's like, I'm running, I'm chasing, I'm in high pursuit, I want more of you. It's like Glow's in this place, he's like, I'm passionate, and he's chasing that passion. It's almost like he's a walking prayer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As we close out this series, we want to thank you for being here with us. Let Glow take you to another place. Get out of your seat, go crazy, jump up and down, but most importantly, stay on this great adventure with God.
Bread and love.
Every second, every minute, every hour. 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 I'm running, I'm chasing. Yeah, I'm in, I'm pursuing. Got plenty, but I want you go. So
I'm running, I'm chasing. Yeah, I'm in hot pursuit. Got plenty of them, but I want more with you. I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, I'm running. My feet on the pavement, you know that I'm coming because I gotta be where you are. You gotta be where you are. You gotta be, gotta be, gotta be, gotta be, gotta be where you are. You know I gotta be where you are. You gotta be where you are. You gotta be, gotta be, gotta be, gotta be, gotta be where you are. You've been with me from the start. Yeah, you got my heart. Brought me out the door, won't let nothing tear us apart. This is a dedication. I dedicate this to the maker. I'm a generation. Forever dedicated. You and me, a solid foundation. Now tell me who the best of the best is. You bring out the best in every single part of me. From my head to my legs to the blood in my arteries. Every single one they got a part of me. And I'm a part of every single one of y'all. No, we ain't perfect by any means. But we the ones that love call. Know what it is to stand tall. We know how it feels to fall off. We know how it feels to feel like we stuck in the dark with no light. We fuss, we fight, we break up, we make up. You intoxicate me with your love. Yeah, you drink, I'm chasing. I'm running, I'm chasing. Yeah, I'm in hot pursuit. Got plenty of them, but I want more with you. I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, I'm running. My feet on the pavement, you know that I'm coming because I gotta be where you are. You gotta be where you are. You gotta be, gotta be, gotta be, gotta be, gotta be where you are. You know I gotta be where you are. You gotta be where you are. You gotta be, gotta be, gotta be, gotta be, gotta be where you are. I'm running, I'm chasing. Yeah, I'm in hot pursuit. Got plenty of them, but I want more with you. I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, I'm running. My feet on the pavement, you know that